Hi you guys, it's Randy, and today I want to talk about something that has literally been bogging me down: waste. Because there's too much of it in our planet right now. All right, I know that you might be like, well, I'm only one person, what can I do? I can only do so much. And I get that, because I used to feel that way too, and I used to use it as an excuse as to why I couldn't contribute to reducing waste. And the fact of the matter is, it's bullshit. I'm just gonna say it. It's bullshit. Every single one of us has a responsibility to protect our earth and to preserve our earth, not just for ourselves, but for the next generation to come. I have my own 2 children who I want to not just have a beautiful earth, but I want them to know what certain animals are. I want them to know about the barrier reef. I want them to know about all these things, and they're never going to know and experience any of these things if the earth is gone, if the earth is destroyed. Because the earth will go on long after we are all gone and we can't inhabit it anymore. I do believe that, and I believe that it's important that we incorporate reducing waste into our daily lives, even if it's just in a small way. So I just want to give you some super duper easy tips on how to reduce waste, how I am personally also reducing waste. I'm doing all these things I'm going to mention here, and how you can do them too. And we can also open a dialogue down in the comments if you want to talk about it more. If you have questions, hit me up on my Twitter at RandyBomb, on Instagram at RandyBomb. I just want us to extend the dialogue about the importance of reducing waste. So let's do this. All right. So first things first, how am I reducing waste, and how can you do it too, okay? Number 1, e-billing, all right? A lot of us who are grown adults out here, or just who have our own responsibilities, we have something called bills. And what is crazy is how much paper waste comes from a company having to send us paper through the mail, and it coming to our house just for us to log onto our smartphones or onto our computers, or to make a phone call and pay those bills. That's insane to me. So why are we getting bills sent to our house, right? No, we gotta start switching to e-billing, all right? Or where they just send you a text notification or an email, and then you just go and do it that way. When I tell you 95%, all right, of my bills are e-billing. There's a few things that I can't avoid coming to my house just due to the job that I have, etc. And I still make sure that I make it a point to shred and then recycle my paper shreddings. But it's very important that we just switch to e-billing. Log online to wherever you have bills right now and look for a paperless option or an e-billing option. All right, a lot of companies also have promotions for when you switch to e-billing. All right, sometimes they'll give you like a free $20 credit or whatever the case may be. Look into that and see who you're billing with now, where you get to go completely paperless and not have any of that mess come to your house. And if you insist on having bills come to your house, I encourage you to invest in a paper shredder and then recycle those paper shreddings, all right? So that's my number 1. Number 2, bag your own fucking groceries, all right? I know this is like, oh my God, so much work. I literally have reusable bags all over the place. Like literally a reusable bag within a reusable bag. There's no reason why you cannot go out and get your own awesome ass bags, bag up all your shit yourself, and save so much plastic. We have literally barely begun to scratch the surface on how to efficiently get rid of plastic waste, because it's one of the few forms of waste that is just not fucking decomposing, all right? With that being said, don't be a contributor to plastic waste. Reduce your amount of plastic waste as possible. And a big way of that is buying your own reusable bags to go to the grocery store. I do want to say shout out to all the cities in America who are going out of their way to make sure that you cannot have any fucking plastic waste by saying, you know what, no, if we have to give you a bag, it's 10 cents per bag, or we just don't have plastic bags, so you got to carry this shit out here. I absolutely love it. Just invest in some reusable bags. You'll never have to rebuy them again. Keep them in your trunk. Also, if you don't have a lot of money, or you feel like $1 is too expensive, go to Goodwill. All right, a lot of people get rid of those reusable bags, and I've literally gotten reusable bags for like 10 cents a piece. I paid $4 the other day for a big refrigerator bag, I guess you can call it. A bag that keeps shit cold. Cooler bag. I don't know. Pick a word, leave it down in the comments. I don't know, okay? But I literally got a huge bag like that to keep all my cold goods cold, because I do have a family with 2 children and a husband. So I have to make sure that I'm buying bags in volume. But if you don't need that, then you just have one big bag and you can put all your cold stuff in it, even some of your things that aren't cold, and call it a day. All right, another way to deal with that as well is to stop putting your produce into plastic bags. Your produce is already out in the first place. Just put it in a small container and take it up there, get it weighed individually, and have it bagged all together. You can also buy something called eco bags. I'll leave the Amazon link down below for eco bags, and they are actual produce bags that you can use, and they are reusable and they are recleanable, and they're also really great for making your own homemade nut milk, but we'll cover that maybe in another video. Okay, so make sure that you're reducing your amount of plastic waste. Another big way that we make plastic waste is by drinking bottled water. And I know you probably would never think that I would say, oh, don't drink fucking water. That ain't what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that water is a big form of waste. All right, and it's very, very important that we stop drinking water out of plastic water bottles that are disposable, that we use reusable water bottles. All right, go get you a nice one, get you a tin one, get you a thermal one, get you one that's BPA free, and refill it up. It's the best way to get your water without increasing the plastic waste. One moment. I'm back. My kid needed to go potty, but anyways, long story short, a big way to reduce waste when it comes to plastic is to buy your own reusable water bottle. Oh God, that feels so good. Sorry, squirrel. I'm back. Speaking of water, another big way that I reduce my water waste is that I bought a Brita pitcher. All right, I got a Brita pitcher. So instead of buying a bunch of water bottles, even when my guests come over, I make sure that I use the Brita pitcher to give them water. And I got a big one, and I just buy the reusable filters. The filters are biodegradable, and it's just pretty awesome, like just conserving water that way, not having my fridge full of a bunch of plastic bottles that we don't necessarily know how to get rid of and that I have to recycle. Okay, another great thing to do is with clothing. All right, as you know, if you've been on my channel, and if you don't know, now you know, I like to thrift a lot. I believe in secondhand clothing. I also believe in giving my own clothes a second life, so I donate often. Yes, I do buy things brand new. I am not 100% secondhand. I'm not even going to perpetrate that lie, but anytime that I can buy something secondhand, I do it. Whenever I can buy from the thrift store, I buy. And I make sure that I'm getting things and giving things a second life without creating more and more waste, and also without playing into consumerism. It's really, really important to me that I'm reducing my carbon footprint as much as possible. And believe it or not, clothes is one of the second biggest forms of waste next to trash. People are literally throwing out their clothes. So if you have old clothes, one, try and donate it. Number two, if you have maybe a high priced item that you know that you're not going to wear again, but you still want to make sure that you get some type of maybe monetary amount from it, please make sure that you get on one of these apps like either eBay, Poshmark, Depop, which I'll leave my own Depop shop down below. I also have a blog post talking about how I made $400 in 2 weeks on Depop, and how you can too, or even make more. So check out that blog post as well if you've never heard of Depop. It's just another way to sell some of your nicer items. But anything else that I can just let go of, I bag it up and I take it down to Goodwill and I call it a day. Or I use old boxes and box it up. Whatever the case may be, get it gone, get it out of there. Another cool way to reduce waste is by ebooks. All right, I am a big consumer of books. I love books. I have so many books, but I needed to realize that some books are classics and I really want to have, and then other books I can deal with just downloading it, reading it that one time, and I'll probably never read it again. So I invested in getting a Kindle Paperwhite, and I've had my Kindle Paperwhite for a year, but ever since I got big on reducing waste, I've used my Kindle more and more and more and more and more. And the cool thing is, if you are an Amazon Prime member, majority of the books you can actually download and read for free. So you don't even have to buy them. I'm reading The Handmaid's Tale, which is a very popular Hulu original series right now, and I'm reading it for completely free. And I believe if you wanted to buy it, it would be like $9.99. So the Prime membership does work also for books as well. And there's so many other subscription services out there. If you don't like to read, but you do want to get into books, there's also an app called Audible, where you can literally buy books and listen to them be read to you. All right, so don't feel like you have to buy an actual book of paper that could possibly be a bunch of waste. All right, make sure that if you are buying a book, you're investing in a book that you're really going to use often. For example, I bought the China Study about how not to die, but that's for their informational purposes, how I can use them for reference in a multitude of things. And most importantly, I want to bring up also making sure that you actually take the time to recycle. Let's say you don't want to do e-billing. You don't want to donate your old clothes. You just want to throw them away. You want to keep using plastic bottles. You know what? There's really nothing that I can do about that. But what I would like for you to do is whatever waste that you have that can be consolidated and can be recycled, just recycle it. A lot of places you do have a recycling bin. A lot of workplaces have recycling bins as well. I live in a home. My home came with a recycling bin. So there are opportunities to recycle. And I just encourage every single one of you, pretty please, recycle as much as you can. As much plastic, as much paper, and reduce as much waste as possible. It's one of the small ways, besides being vegan, that can really contribute to us having a better earth. And if you don't believe in global warming, if you don't believe in saving the environment, that's fine. I don't want to get into argue with you or anybody else who thinks that in the comments. I just want you to consider, whether you believe in it or not, do you actually need to waste? Do you yourself actually need to create more waste on this planet? I don't think that you do. I think that whether you believe in global warming or not, you can't make any excuse for just not putting a plastic bottle in a blue bin. That part really isn't up for argument, if you ask me. And it doesn't take that much effort. And it does take a good amount of heart, though. So really think about the earth, think about the environment, and think about leaving behind something where it can still be inhabited. Something where our history and our legacy of humans won't be lost. And to say that when we saw that the earth was going bad, that we did something about it. All right. Peace and love. I heart all of you guys. And I'm going to do my final goodbye with my baby.
Bye.
Say bye. Say bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Say see you later. Hold on. Say see you later, YouTube.
See you later, YouTube.